Hi, it's Barbara Cook. Thanks for tuning in again today. And just a few things to talk about because I was inspired to mention that sometimes as we are listening to other people are giving us their comments and opinions, that sometimes it's okay not to listen to them. Because what we used to say in the old days was, you people who think you know everything are just so annoying to those of us who do. And sometimes we're getting a lot of that from the younger generations who've been told they're brilliant and since they were 6 years old and 4 years old and didn't do anything brilliant, but would kept being told that. So now we're running into them as adults, and I had spoken to somebody yesterday who was complaining about, I just had to throw up my hands, she said, and just leave the room. The question was asked of me from my own experience and expertise. And this 25-year-old stepped in and started talking about something that really wasn't relevant to it, but what she knew on a subject similar to it. So anyway, don't get frustrated by that stuff. When you get old, and it's a nice thing to do, by the way. It's a win, right? It's a win. So we can walk away and we can say, let them learn on their own. We can't, make all the mistakes ourselves. We have to learn by other people's mistakes. And so I was really proud of this particular person who was telling the story, because that is what she did. She walked away and said, I don't even need to do this anymore. I feel so much more evolved. I don't need to say, hey, excuse me, I wasn't talking to you. We're not even on the same subject here as you're talking about. Never had to do that. I mean, that's evolution, isn't it? I hope I can get there too. I like to think I can. But we'll know. But I thought it was kind of fun to just bring back some of the stuff we did in the old days. It worked for us, and it was fun, and we could laugh about it later. You people who think you know everything are so annoying to those of us who do. So keep that in mind. Another thing that came up yesterday was I had asked the person telling me this story, it's like, well, you can just ask them if they think they know everything. Why birds sing? And well, your mind is spinning around. There's birds singing in the background here. It's so lovely here. And the answer is, why do birds sing? Because they can't talk. And I thought, well, that was just a simple little kindergarten joke kind of a thing, but it just was kind of interesting because we see people like that too. What are they people go on backing up and supporting what they are trying to tell somebody and convince somebody of when everyone kind of knows this, like just one person's take on it, right? Have you been in that position where we're just one person's take on the situation, trying to convince everybody else that that is the only way that there is? And even I, who think I know everything because I'm auditory and they tell me everything, even I have to say, or you do it, Lord. I'll give up my will for yours any day. And every time I want something and I say this, or this is necessary for this to happen, this is necessary, I need that to happen, it does. But when I'm smart about it and say, no, your will, not mine, it comes in even better. It comes in so far superior to my thoughts and my thinking, because that's what the Lord says. He says, everything is possible in me. He didn't say everything is possible in you. You do not have the knowledge, even the concepts of the knowledge that He is using when He blesses us forward. It is so cool. So whenever I ask to be spoiled or anything else, I just make sure He knows, your will, not mine, Lord. And then I just sit back and say, I wonder what He's going to do with me now, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm just coming back on the path again. And I think it's a new path. It's not the old one, but it's a bit different, and I'm kind of excited by it, as I had mentioned in yesterday's video. But aren't we all doing the same thing now? Isn't it time for us to look in a different avenue, a different lane, look to the left and left to the right, and then kind of like don't make a decision, but just let our feet flow us into the area where we are actually expecting that we will be led? Because here in where I am in Southwest Florida, there's so many people who are living the truth that it's fun to be here. And people they don't criticize themselves, but they will back down themselves and realize, oh, I misspoke. I don't really feel that way anymore. I have to look at that again because I've thought this my whole life, and now I am realizing I don't feel that way anymore because I have evolved. My thought systems have improved and become stronger, and things happen better and easier than they ever did before. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, in a world where everybody wants you to think the way they want you to think, and in a time when we don't really know what to think because the lies are coming out of the woodwork, that everything we did believe in were lies, everything. That we really are asking for the knowledge to know what is right and what is wrong. Get the OnStar system connected so that your heart is telling you right from wrong, not your mind, because it will be a better source for you than our thinking, because the thinking has been bastardized by other things in the last couple of years that we were told was truth, which was far from the truth. And it did not help us, it harmed us. And so when you are making decisions, and you have to make decisions for your younger people, or you're a grandmother, you're a mother, and people are looking forward to you to know the right way to go back to the heart space and remember that you're coming from a place that you are not familiar with, because you only know a small portion of what the heart is all about. Now they're even talking about the heart as a brain itself, and now they are saying in new science that the brain is actually the computer that runs the body and not the brain itself. So get into some of that stuff. You'd be interested to see how important the heart is beyond each beat that you take, that we know will keep us alive, but is so far superior. It's like the heart is the soul. It has the information that we are looking for. If we can stop our thinking and all the things we think that we know, then we can start relying on the benefits of the heart, which are coming through us, so that we can make better decisions and choices. And again, we're talking about leaving good footsteps to follow. And I'm asking right now to see these clearly lit up before me as my world is all changed and all different, and it's beautiful. Everywhere I go is beautiful. It's happy. And now I just want to catch up with all that. I've been lost for a little bit of time, and now let's come into a place where we can start acting on a few of these little things. I think I'm going to try and do some daily videos that can help us, just with little one-liners or two-liners, and that can get us thinking in another way. And one of the first things I'll ask you to do today is to remember who you are, but realize that your free will depict your experiences that come to you. So if you release your free will to His will, you will find yourself living unexperienced and unimaginable ways that you are just feeling so blessed. How could this have happened will be your mantra. How could this have happened? How beautifully could this have gone? So for right now, I'll say goodbye. I'd like to do a video each day for a while till I get used to it and start really putting some important stuff out there. We're just winging it right now, just trying to be familiar and happy with the people watching, and so you can get back to me and tell me don't play with my hair so much, but the wind was blowing that day. But little stupid little things, and so we can get it right, so that when I get into the serious parts of stuff that really changes lives, you're already there. You already know that these things are a fact. The Christ is right, and that this is not for sissies. Because when we get deeper into the videos and the things I want to share with you that is shared with me auditorily, I don't think it's just for me. I think it's for all of us to learn, and I think it's for all of us to resume a higher level of thinking, so that we can step higher onto the planet and experience life in such a more delightful way. Because when I put the sadness behind me and under my feet, difficult to do, but when I did, it became so much better. life became so much, the experiences started to flow in all from everywhere. The choices started to flow in from everywhere instead of me stifling myself as to what I would accept in my life. Maybe you're doing the same thing and you don't know that you're doing that. So open to flow, trust in the Lord, know that you are being guided and that you're here for a purpose. And I used to think it was, what is that purpose? And when I was younger, it's like, it must be for my purpose. It's individual. It's just my relationship with God. But now, at 70 years old tomorrow, I realize this is for His purpose. He has groomed me in the way that I have been groomed. The experiences, good and bad, that I have had are so that He can take me, use me. He knows I'm capable. He knows I'm willing. And He knows I'm able to get the job done. Because when you are inspired and someone is praying and God is inspiring you and you think, well, that's crazy. I've never heard of such a thing. I'm not going to do that. That's absolutely absurd. Well, you just missed a trick because He would have supported you 100% of the way when you were so inspired to do something. And it's usually going to be to help somebody else. It's prayer happen for them. And sometimes that's why prayer takes so long, because people do not act on the inspirations. I'm going to suggest that when you are so inspired to take a left when you're in a hurry and you need to take a right turn, but you're getting inspired to take that left turn, take the left, because something's down there that's not going to be on your path unless you do, and that's going to open a whole new door for you that you will be really grateful for later. So let's kind of practice some of the things that we're talking about. Just practice, because that's what life is. It's all a practice. Let's talk again tomorrow. Give me your comments. Let me know how the world looks to you. Email me, write to me, barbaracook8@aol.com. You can text me. Information is out there. Please have a remarkable day today. Make someone else's day remarkable today. You will feel so good about yourself. And get a little closer. Thank you. Thank you for coming back again today.